back to a new vlog. Sorry there wasn't one last week, had a few health problems, but back on track again soon. So this week we're going to be decorating the house or a few rooms for autumn. So this is how the lounge is looking. This is the back lounge that faces the garden. It's got a log burner in it and fireplace. This is what we'll be decorating today. And we're going on a trip to Marks and Spencer's and Hobbycraft and picking up some bits. So first of all, we've got this garland, which I've had for a few years now. I think I've had for about 5 years. I bought it in lockdown from Next. So this is my autumn garland, which goes above the fireplace. So I'm going to be putting this up. I've got some lights that I keep on the fireplace all year round, so they will go back up as well. And yes, we're just going to get going with the decorating. So I hope you enjoy this vlog. I'm going to put some music on over some bits and then talk to you about other bits where I've got some bits from and stuff like that. So I'll speak to you again soon. This is how it's looking. I'm just going to put a few bits back that were already on the fireplace. I've got this little palm plant that is going to go back on there. I've got the candlestick which is going back on there. A couple of things I'm going to put back on, but I'm going to change them again possibly tomorrow once we've been to Marks and Spencer's and Hobbycraft. So just kind of playing around a little bit today. fireplace bit here at the bottom. The log burning stove is still not working at the moment. I haven't had it serviced since I moved in. I'm hoping to get that done soon, hopefully this year. But yeah, so for the time being I'm just having candles on the hearth bit at the moment. But yeah, I was going to clean this out because there are some bits of wood in there from the old owners. But I kind of decided not to do that. I thought that might be a bit of a too messy job for the moment, and I'll do that again another day. But yes, I'm hoping to get this stove fully working soon. It just needs to have a service just to make sure that it's safe and everything, and also I need to know how to work it because I don't know how to work it, so hopefully they'll tell me that as well at the same time. is how it's looking of an evening. So I cleaned all the fireplace, put the garland up, put a few bits back, and then tomorrow, once I've been shopping, I'm going to do the other bits as well with you. But this is how it's looking. So it looks nice and sparkly in the evening. I've got my candles on for the time being until the fire is sorted. But loving it so far. It's nice and cosy. I picked up from Marks and Spencer's. I got these culinary squashes or gourds. So I got this green one and I got a white one as well. And then I picked up these faux flowers also from Marks and Spencer's from the moss and sweet pea section. And then I popped into Hobbycraft and got these pumpkins, these fabric pumpkins. So I've got a boucle green one. I've got a more velvety cream one, like a medium one. That one. And then I've got two smaller boucle ones. These were just a couple of pounds each. The small ones were only £1 each. I think the medium was maybe £2 or £3. And then the green one was, I think, £4. So not much at all. And I thought they would go with the lounge because that's sort of like cream and green. So we're going to be styling these up next. So I've had this vase from Home Sense for a while now, for a year or two, and I have the blossom flowers in there in the spring and summer, and I wanted something in there for the autumn, something to change out each season. So I found these ones from Marks and Spencer's. I saw them online first of all because I really liked them. I was looking for some new faux flowers. And then luckily enough they had them in store as well because they didn't have many in store last time I went, so they must have had a big delivery. And I really like these because these will be good for the spring and summer as well. And then this one I think this was from Primark last year. It's a eucalyptus but in a slightly more pinky peachy tone. And I wanted to use them all together in this vase. This is just in the corner behind the curtains next to the bookcase in the lounge. The vase is standing on the floor, so it's sort of like in a little corner. up the pumpkins on the bookcase. So I did a group of 3 and then I did an odd one at the top. I was going to put these on the fireplace, but I thought it was getting a little bit too busy and I wanted to spread out the autumn decor in the room. So I've put these on the bookcase, and they work well with the sofa because it's got some green cushions on the sofa, so that picks that colour out. And then the bookcase is next to the vase, which is on the floor with the faux flowers in it, so it all kind of ties itself in together. Had a busy week. She had a trip to the vets, just an annual healthcare checkup, so she got on really well. She's in tip-top condition and really good for her age, so she's having a nice little rest for the rest of the week. She spends a lot of time sleeping at the moment, but wouldn't we all if we're in our late 80s? So she's enjoying the snuggle of the autumn. Is the dining room or studio. So here I'm just going to do a couple of little bits. So I've got these pine cones that I've used every year, I think for the last 10 years. These were just foraged. And then I've also got some dried orange, lime and lemon slices with some bay leaves and some chilies, dried chilies and some cinnamon sticks. So these usually go in a bowl, but this year I've decided to put them around my faux flowers. These are actually real, not faux flowers, these are actually real dried flowers. These are from Marks and Spencer as well, so these are gypsophilia and some eucalyptus. I buy bunches throughout the year and I dry them and then use them around the house in the autumn and basically for the rest of the year. In case I don't have any fresh flowers. They still smell really lovely, the eucalyptus, and I just think that they look really natural. So I decided to use those as the centrepiece on the dining table, and then the pine cones and the dried fruit around the bottom. And then I've also got the pumpkins, which I'm going to pop on the table as well, which you'll see later. pumpkins from earlier, or the squashes, the gourds, which I got from Marx's. I'm just going to take the label off and I'm just going to place these on the table. And then when I've got guests, I'll lay the table, and then I might move these one to each end, or maybe get another two for the other end. But at the moment I'm quite happy with how they look. Then this frame is from the fireplace in the lounge, but it's got quite a spring print in it, some little snowdrops. So I wanted to replace that with like an autumn scene. So this print was from Etsy. It was just a couple of pounds. It was a digital download. So I decided to do the same thing. So I had a look on there and see what autumn prints there was. I picked one. It was only £1.73. I did the digital download and just printed it off on my own home printer. I think it's quite a good way of getting an instant look. So I'm just changing that around on the frame. I'm going to keep the old one inside the frame so I don't lose it, and then that'll be ready for the spring to pop the snowdrops back in. I had a little bit of trouble trying to film it without the glare of the sunshine in the back door, but hopefully you can see it here. I'll try and put a photo in a minute so you can see it properly, but it's just like an autumn scene. It picks out the colours in the garland and the rest of the room, and I just think it makes it look a little bit more cosy in here. It does lack a bit of height, this fireplace. There needs to be some height there, so I'm going to see if I can get some pussy willow and pop that in as well, which I'll do. So here is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and click that bell for more. Here's Angel having a lovely cosy time in the new room. And I'll see you again hopefully next week. There are a few weeks coming up which I won't be able to vlog, but other weeks I'll still be here with some exciting vlogs coming up as well. So see you again soon. Take care everybody. Bye for now.